everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Social Remedy TV. Once again, this is your boy, Shalandon. This is your source of inspiration, motivation, and healing. And listen, understand we cannot tolerate any gatekeeping. So I have some new episodes about to roll out. We got a new environment that we're shooting in, and it's from our sponsor, right? Brick House Coffee. Brick House Coffee is one of our sponsors, and we do have a new treat for those who are subscribing. You can sign up to get some gourmet coffee. Like I'm telling you, this gourmet coffee is one of the best here in Indiana. It's actually, you have the House Espresso, you have the Triple B, and you have the El Corazon, right? And those who subscribe to the channel, you can sign up to win a free subscription of coffee. We'll have it shipped to your house. And I want to give a huge shout out to Larry and everybody in here that helps serve us the best coffee. Listen, I got a special treat for y'all today. Miss Sandra Day. Let me tell you who this person is. Miss Sandra Day is a person who's a leader, a servant leader in the community here in Indianapolis. Not only that, she's a woman, a powerful woman in leadership, right? She's one of the first minority owners of the electric carports, right? And the charging stations, not the second, not the third, number one. So I'm telling you, there's some things and there's some wisdom we're going to glean from her today. We're going to talk all about how did she get to where she's at, right? Not only that, she has a business here, and she also have an event coming up. What's your event that you have coming up?
It is our 5th annual community anniversary. We're in partnership with the city of Lawrence.
Yes.
And it will be over at the Civic Plaza.
Oh, man. And this is mainly sponsored by Purple Ribbon Office Solutions. Come on now. Purple Ribbon Office Solutions. And this is her company that she has founded and that she helped create. So check this out. You already know we want to talk about your story here at Social Remedy TV. You know, we definitely want to talk about your story. So how did you, being from Indianapolis, I need the beginning, Miss Sandra Day. I know you're doing a lot of wonderful things. Mom, leader, right? You go to Washington and you speak for small businesses,
yeah.
Right? You're an advocate, all of those things. But I need the day one. I need the day one stuff, right?
Well, when I graduated from Arlington High School, and
shout out to
Arlington High School and Vivica Fox.
Okay.
I wanted to kind of walk in her steps, and I wanted to be a model, wanted to be a cheerleader, but I was too short.
Right.
So when I went to college, and that didn't pan out,
yeah.
But I knew that business was always the forefront of what I wanted to do,
right.
My existence. So I took a lot of business classes. I didn't make it in the cheerleading world or in the modeling world, but I did make it in the business world. I actually started off in because I have ADHD.
Okay.
But I use ADHD as my superpower.
Uh-oh. Now we talking.
That's how I'm able to do multiple things,
yes.
Multiple jobs, and multiple businesses.
Yes.
I own 5 businesses. And growing up as a minority, you always hear that, oh, she won't be able to do this or she won't be able to do that because of my ADHD.
Yes.
But I was, and I did, and I am.
Wow. So right now you still struggle with ADHD.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna say struggle because that's a superpower.
That's my superpower.
Absolutely. So you still use it.
Yes.
And you're still dealing with it. Right?
Yes.
And so, with that being said, I know this. I just want you to help encourage somebody who's dealing with that, and they feel the pressure and feeling alone because they feel misunderstood. Right?
Yes.
How can they seek help, or what do they need to do to use it as their superpower?
Well, the first thing we have to learn to manage whatever we're going through, whatever mental health illness or ADHD, whatever you're going through, you have to learn to manage those and use it as a tool.
Yes.
But still seek advice and guidance from your doctor.
Yes.
What I did is I always put my hands in several pots. as you would say, but the business pot. So I turned that, I leveraged those opportunities.
Yes.
Instead of feeling sorry for myself, I said, let me turn this around to benefit me and other people within my community that look like me.
Right.
That go through the same things that I have been through. So I was just basically, and I have a book coming out on how to use your ADHD as your superpower.
Hey, that's exclusive. That's exclusive. That's exclusive. She hasn't said anything about the book.
I had to drop it.
Right. Just drop the book on us. Yeah. And so you're using this, right? And I know it came up. You came up with it as a kid.
Yes.
Right? Or it's something that you developed, or?
Well, when I was a kid, of course, as kids, we don't know what we have till as we're growing up, and then you start going to your doctor, and then they diagnose you and say, okay, this is why you're going through this. So they put me on medications. I'm not the type I like medications, so I wanted to do it the natural way.
Yes.
By eating right, exercising, and again, channeling that energy on things that I love to do, which that's, again, helping people, swimming, working out, things that I love. So, again, I used it, I channeled it, and I conquered it. I'm not going to let it conquer me.
Right. Oh, see, I love that attitude. I love that attitude. So now, moving beyond that, you tried to go into biblical functional stuff. You tried to follow her footsteps, right?
Yes.
It didn't work out for you.
Yes.
Now you found another path.
Yes.
What was that path for you?
That path was being a servant, being able to help people, again, that look like me, be able to overcome their obstacles, to let them know you too have an ADHD or whatever. Use it as your superpower. Because, again, when I didn't make the cheerleading team, I was down for a minute. I was in my feelings like most of us. But that didn't stop me from pursuing my dreams, which, again, I didn't make it in modeling or cheerleading, but I did make it in business and being able to be that servant to help people. And so I took as many business courses as I could. I have my degree from West Lane, in Indiana, West Lane University, here in Indianapolis. I also took some other courses through Marion College and Ashford University, because I also like to keep my hands in the educational field. With the National Black MBA Association, the Indianapolis chapter, I oversee the community events.
Oh, wow.
I used to be over vice president of education, but they seen my heart was in the community. Again, serving.
Servant leadership.
Yeah.
Servant leadership. And I appreciate the style of leadership that you have. Dealing with servant leaders, like I said before, they're more into building those connections with people and actually walking people through the storms and helping them how to get through the storms. Why do you think that you were so attracted to that type of leadership?
I seen myself in their shoes.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to be able to be that servant, that leadership servant, to be able to help people to overcome those obstacles. That's the reason when I go to Washington, I advocate for small businesses and for our community.
Oh, I wanted to ask that. I'm glad that you brought that up. What does that look like? When what is a day of, okay, I need you to come advocate? What does that look like? Because people can picture it as you're just standing up and you're talking to a bunch of leaders, right? Just right there staring you in the face, and you get this long time to talk, and you get to pull out this paper and read the ills of the community.
Not at all.
What does that look like?
Well, actually, what it looks like is like rush. So we make it 5 minutes, 3 minutes, sometime even 10 if you walk them to go get some lunch.
Yeah.
You get a few extra moments to be able to express to them all the needs of your community or the people that I'm advocating for. And so a lot of times when I'm going in, I'm nervous, as anyone would be when you're going in front of all these leaders.
Yeah.
But my focus is to make sure they hear the voices of our community, to make sure if I'm advocating for the small business community that I let them know their concerns.
Right. What was one example that you were able to advocate a success story?
Well, one is when 2 years ago, right after COVID, Sam's and Dunn has split. There used to be one, and for people that don't know what Sam's is, Sams.gov is one of the main platforms when you start a business you need to set up for.
Yeah.
Dunn's and Bradstreet and Sam's were married, married, but they did a business divorce and split back in April 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. Well, when we went to Washington, we was able to find out that information ahead of time. So when I came back to home, I immediately told my clients, okay, this is what you need to do. And I let them know ahead of time what was coming down the pipeline for them to get ready for, so it would not affect their businesses.
See, that's why we need people like you in Washington. That's why we need people like you to go and make moves that's communicating, that's making those connections with the people, to look at the small guy and say, hey, look, this is the news that you need to watch.
Yes.
This is what you need to do in order to receive this type of benefit.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. So how is it being a woman in leadership? I know there's some challenges that you face.
Yes.
What are some of those obstacles?
Definitely great question. It's a lot of obstacles being a woman, and definitely being a woman of color.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times those contracts that come down the pipeline, we're the last to get them. So just recently when I went to Washington, they just passed a law about the passports. Well, with our business offering passport renewal, and they just passed a law to be able to offer it to people without coming to a business like mine, then that affected my business or my bottom line.
Right.
So while in Washington, I was able to express those concerns so that they can reevaluate how they can help people like me be able to overcome this barrier, or helping women in general overcome barriers like that. Because a lot of times the bigger name brand organizations, they're going to get those contracts first. Mm-hmm. Then whatever's left, if any, trickles down to us. The small business, the small women business.
Right.
So overcoming that obstacle is we're still moving in the direction of make it positive.
Yeah.
However, it's still challenges that we're still overcoming now, but they're hearing our voices now. They know that we're here and that we're not going nowhere, and that until they change a few laws, put a few more bills in place, mm-hmm. then we're not going nowhere. Because this is what we're here for. We're here to grow and elevate our businesses.
I hear you talking about we.
Yeah.
Right? So you being a leader, do you have a team? Do you have a team of individuals that you...
Well, I have a team, but when I talk about we, I talk about us, the community.
Right, absolutely.
But we at Purple Ribbon Alpha Solutions, Sandra Day, I not only advocate through Washington, D.C. for our communities, me and my team, I also run the work-life balance with Forbes magazine. I had to drop that nugget on you.
Drop the nugget.
So I've been doing that for 2 years, running that program under Forbes. Yeah. And I think I love the connections, because I'm able to connect other women leaders to this platform.
Right. And you're able to help develop a positive culture as well.
Yes.
I noticed something that was some companies say, hey, we're for work-life balance, but when you get in a position, they're not for work-life balance because you're affecting our bottom line.
Exactly.
And so I understand that that you're bringing this positive change to culture, right? How do you communicate that to these other leaders, saying, hey, you really need to be about what you're saying that you're about?
Well, I do that by trying to host events to bring people together, and the events are free. And that's just, and sometimes I do different things on my Facebook page, or I might even go to an event and speak on how I can help them be able to use these platforms that I'm using.
Right.
So that way I can share their experiences on my platform with Forbes or with the National SBA Association or in Washington even.
Right.
So.
Yes, ma'am. Listen, we'll be right back. I have to pay some bills, have to say what's going on with the sponsors. Check this out. We'll be right back with Sandra Day. Peace. All right. Hey, this is Shalandon once again with Social Remedy TV. We're reporting live from Brick House Coffee Co., Brick House Coffee Company here in Indianapolis. This is Signature Coffee. This is one of my sponsors. And so what we want to do is give out some free coffee. Those who are subscribing, go ahead and subscribe. We're going to pick a winner every week. We're going to pick a winner every week, and we're going to go ahead and get some information from you and be able to ship out the coffee to you. Hey, listen, we're back, and I want to give a huge shout out to Adhd Renee. Listen, this interview wouldn't happen without her assistance. I'm telling you, I appreciate it. That's my homie. Yes.
I love
yes, she's powerful. Yeah. She's powerful. She does some great things. And listen, we have to give a huge shout out to Brick House Coffee Co. here in Indianapolis. This is our new location where we're shooting Social Remedy Podcast TV. And we have those who are like, share, and subscribing. You could like, share, and subscribe, right? And comment, even leave your comment to win a free subscription of this gourmet coffee. I'm telling you, if you're a coffee drinker, this is what you need. They'll ship it straight to your house, straight direct. So you don't have to even worry about, coming out in the cold to pick it up, driving to get it. They'll ship it straight to you. No matter where you are here in the U.S., we'll ship it to you. So we're back with my friend Sandra Day. So I got a question for you. So starting this business, when did you start the business of Purple Ribbon Office Solutions?
Purple Ribbon Office Solutions was established in July 2020.
Yeah.
Right. We had just got back from Belize, and the world was in an uproar because it was right at the peak of COVID.
Yeah. Well,
I started this business because of the passion of having that co-working space, that one-stop shop for new businesses and business owners.
Yeah. Well,
soon as I got started, I already had funded it myself. They said we couldn't have nobody in the building. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit challenging, but through the grace of God, we made it through.
Yeah.
Because they start opening it up back to like 25%, 50% capacity. So I had 3 people on my team at the time, and it was hard for me to tell them, hey, I can't have you come in today because we can't have nobody in the building.
Right.
Because of COVID. So the radio station came out because it was time for our grand opening. I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do?
Right.
Because I can't have these people in the building. But what I did, I pivoted. We ordered masks with our company name on there.
Yes.
And we took the indoor event outdoors.
Nice.
So that we could stay in compliance with the ordinance that was on the city. So we had an amazing time. I ended up getting several sponsors. The city of Lawrence came out in full force. The police, the sheriff, the everybody came out. It was amazing, and by us leveraging that situation and leveraging our space, we was like, let's just go outside, make this an outdoor event.
Right.
With the mass branding the event, and it ended up awesome.
Man, see, look at that. But I know there were moments in there you're like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I know, Lord, you told me to start this business,
Yeah, you're absolutely.
but this does not look like what you told me to start.
No. When we had a lot of financial hurdles going in.
Yeah.
As with any and all business owners, when you stepping out there on faith, it's hard to see, okay, how am I going to get through this payroll? How am I going to make this first mortgage payment?
Mm-hmm.
How am I going to pay these lights or keep them on? And I had to really shift. I had to figure out, okay, what am I going to do to be able to bring money in now?
Yeah.
Until the banks or until an investor or whoever invests in what I'm doing.
Right.
And so it was a lot of sleepless nights because I was up on the internet. The good thing about society now is AI.
Yeah.
And so when I first started my business, we didn't have AI. I had to dig, I had to search. I was crying. I was praying.
Yeah.
I'm like, Lord, what am I doing? What I know you gave me this. This is my calling. But how am I gonna make it? I didn't see no way out.
Right.
I really didn't.
Right.
But the God that I serve did. And so I was able to come through that and actually offering even more products and services.
Wow.
Because I went in, and we all do this with business. We go in with our mind like this. Oh, I'm selling these green plants.
Mm-hmm.
But not knowing God has a different plan for us. I end up adding promotional items, end up adding I already had the co-working space and the office space. I didn't know that was going to be the meat of my business. That along with my business consulting.
And people need those spaces.
And people need that.
I need a place to go to do collaborative work efforts, right?
Yes.
I need these places away from the house so I don't be distracted.
Yes.
You know, and sometimes during COVID, people just went to collaborative workspaces just to get out the house.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean? So it was a need.
Exactly.
God knew the need and put you right there in that place.
In that position so that I can be able to be a servant and help with those needs.
And what would you tell a young woman or a young man that wants to go into leadership? What advice would you give them?
Well, one, when you're going into leadership, a lot of times we have to lead by experience. Mm-hmm. Passion and experience, because you have to, in order to lead people, you have to kind of know exactly or did research on what it is that they need, their needs are.
Right.
Because I can't lead you to making coffee and I don't know anything about it. I had to lead you over here to Brick House.
Right.
And be able to let them explain to you by plugging the resources together.
Right.
Networking, putting the people in front of the people that they need in order to be able to launch out and lead their group or lead their company. Because even leading a company, you have to be open-minded.
Yes.
You have to be able to bring in that work-life balance, because we're all human.
Right.
We're all human to the point to where when we go to work, we need this 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or whatever it is, but we still have life outside of that.
Right.
And nowadays, dealing with younger children or school, you have to learn to adjust. pivot just a little bit. So where you went in and your business might have been 5 days a week, but all businesses don't need people in there 5 days a week. I could
Right.
still get the same outcome having you come in there 4 days a
Come
week
on.
at 10 hours
Come
a
on,
day.
wisdom. Come on, wisdom. Come on, wisdom.
So that way, one, you're allowing your
Yeah.
team to be able to still live their life. That's that work-life balance.
That's dope. And I'm gonna tell you, what I was hearing and everything that you were saying. You were talking about the piece of research.
Yes.
So in order to be a good leader, before you
Yes.
become a leader, you need to do your research.
You need to do your research.
Not only do you get the knowledge,
Yes.
now you got to be able to apply that knowledge.
Exactly.
Listen, so I heard this from Wall Street Trapper, a guy that's in Wall Street stocks and things like this. He said something that stuck out to me. I was listening to him the other day. He said, knowledge knowledge is power, but knowledge applied is knowledge not applied is worthless.
Exactly.
So
you have to apply it.
Yeah. So everything that you're saying is, first you got to research.
Yes.
Not only do you have to research, then you got to go do. You have to go apply it.
You have to apply it.
How many of us read books and go out and do research and just to have the knowledge? We're a culture that love knowledge.
We're a culture that love knowledge,
But some of them, we won't move.
no.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, you run into people that they want to go the back door way.
Yeah.
And instead of them doing the research and learning about their trade or their skill or whatever it is they're trying to pursue, they rather go the back door way and get the information by coming to your house and stealing it. I'm just being honest. You wanted me to be honest. I'm being honest. Facts.
You preaching, and you actually you telling the truth. They want to, and they want to be attached. I was saying this the last episode. They want to be attached to you and say, "Hey, I did that."
Exactly.
Wait a minute.
Exactly.
What type of work did you put in? What type of research did you put in?
What school did you go to?
What school did you go to?
Exactly.
Now, I don't mind. That's the difference between leveraging information. You know, I'll get the information, but you got to go do the work.
Yes.
Go do the work. It's okay.
Yes.
I'll give you the information. I don't mind. Like I said, this podcast is not about gatekeeping at all.
Yes.
We'll share the information with you.
Exactly.
I just want you to go do the work.
Exactly. We and that's me.
Yeah.
I love giving to my community, but I want to see you put in some work, some sweat equity like me.
Yeah.
So let's do it together.
Yeah.
Let's build together.
Absolutely. This is what I'm talking about right here. Like, we have to have these type of conversations because it builds strong communities.
Exactly.
We need to do this again.
Yes, definitely. I love it. I love it.
Yes, absolutely. So now I know that we're talking about, you know, inspiring our young people, inspiring the youth, and those who are listening. Like I said, this is Social Remedy TV, and you already know we're about community and we're about no gatekeeping. I want you to tell me about the charging stations.
Okay, awesome.
I want to talk about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what made you and your son get into charging stations?
Well, my son Ricky, he's into NFTs and crypto. He actually teaches it as well. He has a large following on YouTube to where they flew him in to Vegas to actually want him to be the content creator for crypto and NFTs.
Yeah.
Well, he took his NFT, which is a wizard, and that's when we named the electric stations Wizard Energy.
Right.
He was like, Mom, I want to do these EV stations. I did all this research. I went to school. He took all the information and knowledge that he had to create this EV station.
He knew Mom had that money. That's what that was.
So he was like, I really want us to get into this.
For real.
And He
Yeah.
got his first electric car, a Porsche, and he was so infatuated with what the education behind EV
Right, right,
stations.
right, right, right.
So when
Exactly.
he brought it to our board, we was like, "Oh, okay." He actually proposed. He
So he
pitched to
put
us.
he put a proposal together.
Yeah.
Listen. Anybody that's trying to do anything, right? You say, hey, I'm trying to do something for my, with my mom, my parents, my, anybody that has a business or anything like that. Learn how to put a proposal together.
Yes.
And I say, if you want to go to homecoming and you trying to get some money to do certain things, listen, put a proposal
Put a
together for it.
proposal together.
What do you think mom and dad gonna be like? No, we're not doing that. But if you make it make sense,
Make it make sense.
that's
And
it.
he made it make sense.
Yeah, young people, make it make sense.
He put that proposal together. He even came to me with a small business plan and a large one where he took his money to have somebody help him create the business plan,
Wow.
showing this tree of growth and opportunity to where it made sense to me.
Right.
And so he asked me, as a business owner of Purple Ribbon Office Solutions, could he pitch to me about putting these EV
That's
stations at our
I know you
place of
cried.
business?
I know you cried. I know you boohoo.
Absolutely.
I know you boohoo.
Absolutely. It was incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just the information that he brought to me.
Yeah.
He actually educated me doing the pitch. So
That's a
we
good
are
pitch.
the first minority owned and operated EV stations here in Indianapolis.
Wow.
The first 4 is over here in Lawrence at the 5625 Sunnyside office of Purple Ribbon.
Yes, ma'am.
We have been given opportunities to bring them at other locations. A couple hospitals have reached out to us and other business owners. And he's looking for partners like that, so that way if they want to bring that as an extra benefit or resources for their clients, he'll work with them and partner with them to do
This
it.
is gonna be huge. This is gonna be huge. God knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
I know, like I said, I knew you cried when your son said, "Look, mom, here's. I don't just want money or anything like that. I want to bring you an idea, and I want to lay it out and make it practical for you to understand, and you see the steps of how this can grow."
And
Who wouldn't want to invest their money in anything like that? You know?
and for him to pitch to me as if I wasn't his mom.
Absolutely.
That was the most incredible feeling in the world, because he respected me as a business consultant and coach to come to me correct.
Wow. How many times do we want people to just come to us correct?
Yes, that's it.
That's all.
We'll give them whatever they need, whether it's pointing them to the right direction or just laying it out there for them.
Right.
But we just want people to respect our time and our knowledge, and we'll pour into them. We'll continue to pour into them.
Oh, don't worry. I can't wait to draw up my stuff. Cuz I'm coming to my business proposal. You already know. Social Remedy TV. We all over the place. That's what we want to do.
Yeah.
No, but for real, I appreciate you spending time, taking time out with us.
Thank you.
You know, and encouraging somebody. If you want to give a word of encouragement, you can go ahead real quick and we can leave from there.
Well, just especially for our young people coming into understanding what it is that they want to do.
Yeah.
Do your research. It's out there. Use AI as a tool to help you build on your dreams. If you have ADHD or ADD, use that as a tool. Use it as your superpower to go after what it is going to help you succeed in life. We are creators.
Yeah.
We're blessed with knowledge and understanding and resources and a community that's out here to help each other.
Cool. So listen, where can they find you at? I know you don't have the book yet. You don't have the book yet, but we're gonna get a book. We're getting a book from this.
Yes.
Where can they find you, or how can they reach out? Send an email or anything. Tell them your contact information.
They can reach me at purpleribbonofficesolution.com.
Awesome.
Or they can follow us on Facebook or Instagram.
Good.
My email is Sandra@purpleribbonofficesolution.com. Please reach out to me.
Yes.
We do a 15-minute free business consultation. Take advantage of it.
Okay. And last but not least, tell us about the event that's coming, the date and the time, so everybody can come check us out.
Yes. Please check us out October 5th at the Civic Plaza here in Indianapolis, Indiana. It is free to the community. We'll have plenty of fun, food, and fellowship and entertainment. So come on out October 5th at the Civic Plaza from 1 to 5 at the Civic Plaza.
Listen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
definitely
you.
appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Listen, y'all, thank you for tuning in to Social Remedy TV. Another episode is down in the books. This has been about women in leadership, man. I'm telling you, the challenges, the blessings,
Yes.
right? The testimony and the things that we've overcome. This has been good. Miss Sandra Day, we definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank
we
you.
love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll see you later. Peace.